Good morning and welcome to another session of running reports on ISAMS. This morning we are looking at running reports for our late students. Now it's a bit of an ongoing development, this one, but I want to show you how to do it. And then I'll explain the changes that we're going to make over the weekend to ensure that it's up and running for Sunday. So here's my home screen, excuse me. On the left-hand side, into attendance. And then from there, here's the tabs. I want to go across to reports. Click on reports, and it opens up this this kind of inside blue tab, semi-selection tab. Scroll down to registration summary report, click on that, and then it will load up this window. And this is quite an important window. This is where it decides the filters and which report to run. So available reports, pop in there and choose the registration summary report dates. Choose the dates. I normally just click set dates to today's date and then change it to what I want. So let's run for the week. Still running today's lessons, so we can run yesterday's. And then I want to know the registration, but only for I want to know the late, but only for registration. So I click on 7 a.m. I can look at it throughout the day. I can choose which lesson I want to look at, or I can run all times and it will tell me across the whole day. But for this one, I just want to know registration. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. So this is the traditional view. We are in the process of changing this. We currently don't have the houses drilled down to the house groups as yet. That will be changing, and it will all be available for us here next week. But at the moment, we'll choose blue, and then let's say I've got 10 blue, pop over to 10 blue. So what I'm going to get here is I'm going to get 10 blue 1, and I'm going to get 10 blue 2. From next week, this section under academic houses will have blue 1, blue 2. So we choose year 10 and then blue 1 or blue 2. Unfortunately, we don't have it at the moment because it's taken a bit longer than we expected to come from ISAMS. So got my filters all ready. They're all looking good. Run the report, produce for me. I only want to see it on the screen, so it's popped up there straight away for me. If I wanted to have a look at it and export it and play around with it, I can run it to an XLS document, or if I want to print it, I can run it from PDF or Word. But for me, I'm just going, I want to just two for the sake of this presentation. So let's have a look. This is the both classes. So this is 10. What do we do? 10 blue 1. So this is in here will be 1 and 2. Okay. Let's have a look down through the group. So what I'm looking at is the kid's name. Form that will change to house group, of course, here. I've got 4 registrations because I ran it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Omar has had 4 registrations. He's been present 100% of the time. He hasn't been late, and he hasn't been absent. So it looks pretty good. Let's jump down to somebody that looks, let's have a look. So here is a student. Here's Noor, and she's here all day, great, but she's been late once and she was an hour and a half late. So that's a conversation for me straight away. Yusuf, let's have a look at Yusuf. He has been late twice, 20 minutes late over 2 times. So it could be a 10 and a 10 or a 5 and a 15. We're not too sure what that is. If you wanted to know what that is, we can run further reports to take down. This one is just to give you the standouts, okay? Let's have another look. There's another one there. So Minatala, one late, and it was 56 minutes late, okay? The student, Mohammed's been late 3 times already and accumulated 48 minutes late, okay? So what we need to do is be able to take this information and decide what we're going to do. We need to decide how to move forward. So that for me, as a form tutor, house tutor, I need to be making a phone call to those parents. I need to be picking out maybe my top 5 students. That's maybe a conversation we can have with the heads of house and decide, right, well, I'm going to target the top 5 students in my house group and communicate with them, work with them, speak to the parents, if appropriate, set an after-school detention, and try and get those students to improve their lates. Remember, this is just registration, so this is just 7 a.m. to 7:15 in the morning. Okay. So that's what it looks like. From there, export the information and work out what you're going to do with it. We want to drive the percentages down of the kids that are coming late to our school. Looking at this week, I think it was roughly upper school, we were around 30 students in upper school that were coming late to school. And then down in the lower school, it was a slightly higher number. It was around 50 students that was coming late. Now, yes, we are in the second week of school and there are other reasons, but we start this process early, we will be able to improve drastically our attendance figures. Okay, so that's how we do it. I hope that's been helpful. Any questions, get in touch with one of the team. Thank you.